So we're going to continue down our GitHub pricing exploration here. And we just covered the free tier. Let's move on to the team. And so again, the moment you elapse a few developers, right? The moment you have a good, maybe a dozen or so developers, you're probably going to want to look at the team simply because you're going to exceed some of the limits of the free tier, right?
Yeah, if your CI process starts getting more complicated, going up the tier levels makes sense.
Yeah. So it's important to note that at the $4 per user per month, which I think is affordable, and we're going to compare that with other tools. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. But you get everything that is covered in the free. So we don't have to repeat that. So we're going to get the deltas here. So we're going to get access to those GitHub code spaces. It looked over here like you get an instant dev one before, but this is I guess you each get one now. I'm trying to figure out what the difference between the GitHub code spaces where you get an instant dev environment so you can code anywhere, any device versus you get access to.
I think it's just a repeat of the one, and it's just worded slightly different.
Yeah, it's interesting that they would do it like that. But okay, so but at least they give you the price, right? So basically, if you need a computer, right? So this is, I think, important. Especially again, if you're a new team,
maybe this is a huge feature. And
like if you don't have an IT team and you're not imaging your developer environment and you need resources, this is pretty cheap.
Oh yeah, this is great. Even if you have an IT team that isn't as responsive as you need them to be, and hey, if I need an environment and I didn't know I needed one until just now, I can spin one up here with GitHub, versus even if I have the most responsive IT team, it's probably not going to happen within minutes of me asking them.
Not only that, but the inconsistencies in the onboarding, right? So some teams will, like, as much as you try to document your onboarding process, you're going to forget to install a library. You're going to forget to install a tool. You're going to forget to
install the wrong version of it.
Yeah, and then you got developers on different versions of Visual Studio or something, and this just gives you everything pre-configured, ready to roll. So it saves you some time, especially if you don't have those resources. We got protected branches. This enforces restrictions on how code branches are merged, including requiring reviews by selected collaborators. So this right here is kind of starting to be worth everything, right?
This is basically bringing you into a enterprise software development team.
Change management, CYAs.
We're not just going to allow any user to willy-nilly merge things, especially if this is you're still working with people outside your company. You can have the protected branches, and like your CM group may only, or your CI tool only pulls from the protected branches, and there's rules and peer review to get things into those branches.
And then this next one complements that too. It takes it a little bit step further, where 2 eyes are better than one, but more than 2 eyes are even better, right? And so you get multiple assignees. This one's interesting to me. Draft pull requests. Easily discuss and collaborate on pull requests before submitting them for formal review, because oftentimes your pull requests get declined. They just weren't ready yet.
Yeah.
And so this, I think, is just optimization and efficiencies. We have code owners automatically request reviews or require approval by selected contributors when changes are made to a section of the code that they own.
Yeah. So this folds in with the whole code review thing, where you can set up, default owners for certain sections of code.
Along with this next one too, of required reviewers, right? Ensures that a pull request has a specific number of approving reviews before collaborators can make changes. These
their marketing department is really milking these sets of features here.
But these features are important though, right? Because mistakes will happen, and so many mistakes can be contained by just having this.
Yes.
And so since you don't get any of that in the free version, like this right here is, I think, to me, worth that $4, because it's going to make your team be more efficient. The quality of your software is going to be increased, and you gate behavior behind a paywall, which is interesting, but sometimes necessary. It's got to hurt a little bit, right, for you to use it.
And
Up
so,
next, go ahead.
Yeah, pages and wikis. This is pretty much embedded Confluence inside GitHub.
So we got a light Jira over here, and now we get a light Confluence on the right.
Yes. Yeah.
We get environment deployment branches and secrets. A job cannot access secrets that are defined in an environment unless it's running on that specified branch. So again, a little protection.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get an extra 1,000 minutes here.
Yeah. So going back to the environment branches and stuff. Now, you want to go right to the math?
No, go ahead. No, I'll come back.
So I was saying this is similar features to like HashiCorp Vault would give you, or even in Jenkins with how it handles secrets. You can store secrets inside GitHub and refer to them as variables, so they never actually become human readable.
Yeah, I think one thing that I want to call out, right, especially as we get to this third to last one here, web-based support, you gotta consider that it hurts to pay for something, right?
Well, that's not that painful though. $4.
Yeah, this is not painful, right? But it's still more than zero.
It is.
But time is worth a lot of money, and I think a lot of developers they don't bother to they rather pay in time than play it cautiously with these like pull request functionalities, right? Especially as well as like support, right? If your developer is Googling how to fix a problem, at the time they're not writing code versus being able to open a support ticket and have a professional help you out. Like you're talking hours versus minutes. It's got a value. It's got time value that I think a lot of people often oversee.
Yeah.
And then we got 2 gigabytes of package storage, so we go up a lot.
Yeah.
And then
now let's go do your math on that. Yeah.
Yeah. We go up on this one, and then on the 3,000, we basically get 100 runs per month.
Yeah.
If we averaged it out of that 30, so up from the 66, so not that much better. What I'm always curious about is, well, what happens when you run it at the 3,000? And so I'm assuming down below
you get charged more. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that is we got 2 more. So then we get 2 feature add-ons.
Yeah.
Secret protection.
So this is kind of already hinted at earlier when we were talking about the environment deployment branches and secrets. But it's pretty much if you're familiar with HashiCorp Vault, which is now an IBM company. Basically, this is the same type of functionality. I would say it competes with Vault, but Vault is probably the more enterprise tool to use for secrets. But this is strongly a good enough solution.
So not putting your password in plain text is no.
Yeah, exactly. Don't write it down and put it underneath your keyboard.
Oh man, I remember those days.
To your Git repository. Yeah,
I remember those days where you comment in the like the key or something, the password. Yeah. All right, and then we have code security, which now this is starting to feel a little bit more like Veracode.
Yeah. You start having some SaaS and DaaS solutions at that level.